Hey guys, Joe here, and welcome back for another episode. Today we're going to be looking at Town Hall 11, and I'm going to be using the bowlers and miners. Really, I'm going to be caveating off of a video done by Clash with Ash, and the name of that video was How to 3-Star Any Town Hall 10 as a Town Hall 11 with Miner Bowler Clone Combo. And I'll place a link of that video down in my description just in case you hadn't seen it, because it's actually got some really good valid points there, and he does a really great job on that strategy. So the replay you're seeing here in the background is actually myself testing out the bowlers. Right after the update, I wasn't really the biggest fan right away on them. I wasn't really sold, but the reduction in the housing space on them allows us to carry a lot more than what we were able to carry before. And really what I've been doing is testing out the techniques that I was doing prior to the update when I was using the Valkyries at Town Hall 11. So I don't know about a lot of you Town Hall 11s, but I've had to adapt as each update comes out. I've had to change my strategy or change what I was doing within that strategy in order to get the stars that are required to assist my clan. And in this replay here is actually one of those anti-Valkyrie bases. One of the guys in the clan actually had this base, and he put it up, and I hit it with the bowlers, and actually ended up 3-starring it. Really no different fundamentals other than just the simple fact that the bowlers are able to drop the boulder 2 times and hit multiple targets in their sights. So anyways, I have no problem embarrassing myself. I'm actually going to start out with a replay of failed fundamentals on my part and explain where I went wrong on that, and you'll kind of see, hopefully it kind of applies to a lot of your attacks where you get a little frustrated or rushed, and then you end up making mistakes like I do in the replay. And then I'll show you what I did in order to mitigate that in the next replay after that. So I don't know about you, but I've never been a big fan of picking up a strategy on YouTube and being able to apply it immediately and get the same results that are in the videos. I don't know how many times I've watched a replay on YouTube, tried out the composition, and failed miserably, and then I was cursing the YouTuber that showed it to me. But I mean, to each their own, really. So the replay that I'm about to show you is a fail. It's actually a strategy that I did pick up on YouTube, and I just completely biffed it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there, and let's go ahead and get into the planning process real quick. I want to knock this out and show you where I went wrong on this one. So I'm going to do an abbreviated queen walk where the spell factory's at, and try to take out these structures right here. And then I'm going to use these Valkyries down in the south and take out this army camp and gold mine. And here's the problem with this composition right off the bat. There's no wizards. No wizards to help with the clan castle that is centralized. And really my intent here was for my queen to walk south. And then I was going to go in and drop a jump spell where the archer tower is in between the 2 junctions of the wall, and send the spam of bowlers in and hopefully wipe out this base. Went way wrong, and yeah, as this thing go ahead and starts back up, I dropped the queen. I have a couple of minions on the board because there was a builder's hut back behind that statue, so that's kind of clever actually. Queen's over here doing work on obstacles or structures on the outside of the base, and then she starts working on that cannon. I had to drop a rage though, because the Expo is actually pounding on her pretty hard in conjunction with that archer tower. And so then anyway, so I got drop my Valkyries down in the south and start working on those outer structures, and they start working their way around. So I got a pretty good funnel going, but here's the problem. If as it continues, I drop my Golem and then my Grand Warden and then the King right behind it. Well, actually, I think the King came a little later. There he goes. And now let's go ahead and stop it right there. Now, what I want to show you is I got the Queen that's in the north, and here's where I went wrong completely, is that I stuck to my plan instead of adjusting fire, and I dropped all my troops in the south like originally planned, but I needed my Queen down in the south because she targets air troops, just in case there was air troops in the clan castle, and it just so happened that there was. Now, on the southeast side, all these structures that are in the southeast side are going to detour my bowlers from focusing on the Inferno towers and structures in the center of the base or the core of the base like I need them to. So really my funnel wasn't as great as I had thought it was, and really what I should have done was adjusted fire and sent my bowlers in from the north in the direction of where my queen was actually walking. So I did what most folks do in this event is, oh crap, my queen has gone the wrong direction. Let's just go ahead and roll with it. So what I got going on here now is I got clan castle troops or enemy clan castle troops out on the map. I got a baby dragon there pounding on the bowlers, and I also have an enemy archer queen that is starting to target my bowlers now as well. I've lost 2 or 3 in the southeast that are working on junk structures on the southeastern portion of the base, while I have my archer queen up in the northwest of the base targeting structures that don't even really matter at this point. So right now I have absolutely no bowlers left on the map. That enemy archer queen put in work, as well as that baby dragon taking out the bowlers. So this leads us into the use of the miners. I'm going to go ahead and stop the replay right there. I got 15 bowlers and 15 miners. Now some of you are probably looking at this base and you're saying this is a Town Hall 10 that just recently must have gone Town Hall 10, considering that there's level 1 Inferno towers and the rest of the defenses are basically max Town Hall 9 defenses. This isn't the intent. The intent here is for fundamentals and explaining this attack strategy, and I'm pretty sure it could work against higher level defenses anyways. So I got an abbreviated queen walk that's going to happen in the north and take out these structures up here, and then this is where the miners are going to come in really handy, not just necessarily for back end, but they're great for funneling in the front end of the attack. So I'm going to drop my miners in this location here and start working on these structures down here in the southwest. And basically what this does is it's going to open up the core of the base strictly for the bowlers, and so the bowlers won't have anything else to focus on other than the core of the base itself. So as we get this thing rolling, we got the queen down, we got the healers down, and she starts working on those structures in the north. And same as the last replay, I really want her to go south, but if she doesn't, then I'm going to adjust fire. I learned my lesson from the first one, but she's actually starting to work her way in towards the southwest, and she's starting to work on them structures. And you only got a level 1 expo hitting her, so it's not really that big of a deal considering the level of the queen. But I go ahead and drop a rage spell in order to get her health up here in a second. Yeah, there it goes right there. And it's really just to get her health up. Now as I bring the miners in from the southwest moving north, you see as they start to channel their way into the base under the walls and start taking out all these structures on the southwest of the base. Now once the rest of the troops start to funnel their way into the base, this leaves nothing. The miners have left nothing for the bowlers or the other troops to focus on as they move into the base. So now you have nothing but the core of the base for the bowlers to work on. And I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you that the bowlers are OP. Any troop that is grouped up like this can be overpowered. So if you drop a bunch of wizards all in one place and you have something tanking in front of them, they would, and under rage, they would be considered OP. So the same thing was said about the Valkyries, and we were doing the same exact fundamentals by placing a bulk of troops together under rage. So I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you, the viewer, that this troop is OP. They're only overpowered when they are grouped up in large groups like we've been doing with other troops, like the Witches back in the December update, the Valkyries in the March update, and here we are doing it again with the bowlers. So as you see in here, the bowlers have taken out the majority of the base, but it was really the funneling of the miners is what made this attack successful. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you that it was the weakness of the base either. I think this definitely could have been done with the same fundamentals on higher defensive layouts or levels of defenses. So with all that being said, the miners definitely add another feature to the game up at Town Hall 10 and 11 that assist heavily with funneling, and that's where I'm going to kind of feel it safe to label this as the perfect funnel, because they don't discriminate on one target. They hit everything on whatever's in front of them. So if you spread them out far enough, you can pretty much open up one side of the base to assist whatever troops it is that you're using, whether it be bowlers or Valkyries, to get to the core of the base. And this is definitely something you're gonna have to test out on Friendly Challenge on your own and practice with. It's not, I didn't do this over 1 or 2 attacks. I had to practice before doing it. Hey guys, Joe here, and if you made it to this part of the video, thank you. The intent of this channel is to actually slow things down for the viewer, and I'm going to provide overlays and graphics in order to show you what I'm talking about. If you find value in my material, please pass it along to others. I only solely do this for the passion of the game and the family aspect, and as always, you take care.